There are a lot of movies that look generic and boring at first glance. You don't know any of the actors, the plot summary seems kind of bland, and the trailer doesn't spike your interest. For whatever reason though, you end up watching it anyway, and you discover that the movie is a hidden gem. It's scary and has you on knife's edge, its characters are great, and the storytelling is solid. By the end, you're glad you didn't miss it. Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today I'm going over the film Shady Grove. It's directed by Dale Resteghini and written by Nathan Dalton and Nikki McElroy. It stars Victoria Baldessara, Todd Anthony, and Nikki McElroy. Shady Grove is a horror film on a budget that utilizes great storytelling and solid writing to deliver a horrifying experience in a remote setting. It doesn't have crazy costumes and doesn't over-rely on special effects. Instead, it hammers home the basics. We start with Eli, Shayna, and Mark. Shayna and Mark are dating and Eli is their old friend. Shayna and Mark have some good news to tell Eli and want to do it in a special way, so they take him for a weekend retreat to a cabin. They arrive in Shady Grove, a small town in the middle of nowhere, and quickly head to their rental. The town seems peaceful but has a strange atmosphere to it. The three friends arrive at their cabin, and that's when things start to get weird. They catch someone watching them, Shayna picks up a deathly scent, and a local boy goes missing. Will they figure out what's going on? It's a simple story that packs a lot of punch with an eerie atmosphere and a truly horrifying situation. The first 30 minutes set up the scenario in its entirety. We learn about the characters, the setting, and get our first hint at the murderous vibe going on. It also cleverly introduces all of the concepts you'll need to figure out the reveal. It's extremely subtle and a great example of environmental storytelling. From there, things go from creepy to dreadful in a hurry. The killers are constantly present, but it never shows their perspective and it works wonderfully. They become an ominous presence. You can never tell where they are or what they're up to. There aren't a lot of characters, but the film uses the ones it has quite effectively. The relationship between the three leads seems genuine, and I found myself rooting for them. Seeing what happens to them is shocking, and I was glad the film took the time to flesh out their relationships. It makes the events of the film far more impactful. The production quality of the film is decent, aside from a few mishaps in the audio and a lack of tripod use. The dialogue at times is a little low quality, and there are definitely scenes where ADR is used to try to cover up mistakes. The lips don't always match the lines, but it's not bad enough to distract from the film too terribly. The killers wear these creepy animal masks that look like they're made up of stitched together carcasses, and their silent movement throughout the film made them feel like evil spirits. The murders are well done, not overly gory, but still pack quite a punch. The jump scares are also quite frightening, and I like that they didn't feel the need to play a deafeningly loud sound every time. The soundtrack is made up of instrumental tracks with a few original songs here and there. It sounds good and the tracks complement the scenes well, matching the emotions and amplifying them. There's a short little song in here about Shady Grove that was also a neat addition to the atmosphere. They could have written another verse or two, but it was still a neat little touch. The acting was fantastic, and the cast does a great job selling their roles, especially the three friends. Nikki McElroy as Shayna and Todd Anthony as Mark have great chemistry together, and their relationship is kind of fun to watch on its own. When it came to the horrific moments, they both give great reactions and appear terrified. Juhan Jones plays their foolish friend Eli. He has great chemistry with the other two, and it was easy to see why they would keep him around even when he acts like a donkey. He's also pretty great at being awkward in front of women. That scene in the corner store was so cringe-inducing that I had to pause and take a breather. Shady Grove is a good and simple movie that nails all the fundamental elements of a good horror film. It plays its mystery close to its chest and only reveals its cards at the most impactful moments possible. It's terrifying and anxiety-inducing, and it doesn't need a crazy budget or insane makeup to do it. 7 out of 10.